Hello students, welcome back. Let us continue with our chapter 2 of maths, that is polynomials. Next topic which we are going to study is relationship between coefficients and the zeros of a quadratic polynomial. So first of all we will consider the general form of a quadratic polynomial, that is p of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Here the coefficients are a, b and c. Now suppose that alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial. We have studied what are the zeros of the polynomial in the last lecture. So the relation between alpha, beta, that is zeros, and coefficients a, b and c is sum of zeros, that is alpha plus beta is always equal to minus b by a. And another relation is product of zeros, that is alpha into beta is equal to c by a. Let us try to understand it with an example. Consider the polynomial p of x is equal to 6x square minus x minus 2. Now we have to compare it with general form of a quadratic polynomial, that is ax square plus bx plus c. And on comparing we will get a is equal to 6, b is equal to minus 1 and c is equal to minus 2. So we have got our coefficients. Now we will find the zeros of the polynomial. For this we will solve this equation by the method of splitting the middle term. So 6x square minus x minus 2. We have to find two numbers whose product is minus 12 and sum is minus 1. So we will get 6x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 2. And on solving we will get x is equal to minus 1 by 2 and x is equal to 2 by 3. So our zeros are alpha is equal to minus 1 by 2 and beta is equal to 2 by 3. Now let us verify the relation between coefficients and the zeros. We are having the coefficients a is equal to 6, b is equal to minus 1 and c is equal to minus 2. And our zeros are alpha is equal to minus 1 by 2 and beta is equal to 2 by 3. Consider the first relation, sum of zeros, that is alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus b by a. We will take left hand side, LHS is equal to alpha plus beta. Substitute the values of alpha and beta. We get minus 1 by 2 plus 2 by 3. LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. So we will get minus 3 plus 4 by 6, which is equal to 1 by 6. Now consider RHS. RHS is equal to minus b by a. Keep minus sign as it is. b is equal to minus 1 and a is equal to 6. So our RHS is 1 by 6. Here you can see that LHS is equal to RHS. Now we'll consider another relation, that is product of zeros. Alpha into beta is equal to c by a. Consider LHS. Alpha into beta is equal to minus 1 by 2 into 2 by 3, that is equal to minus 1 by 3. Now RHS is equal to c by a, that is equal to minus 2 by 6, that is minus 1 by 3. So here also LHS is equal to RHS. It means that we have verified both the relations between the coefficients and the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Now our next topic is to find a quadratic polynomial when sum and product of zeros are given. For this we will consider the example in which sum of zeros is 3 and product of zeros is 2. So first of all we will consider sum of zeros, that is alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus b by a, and that is minus 3 given to us. That is minus b by a is equal to minus 3 by 1. Denominator is not there, so we have taken it as 1. And let us equate it with k. So we will get minus b is equal to minus 3k and a is equal to 1k. Minus b is equal to minus 3k. Minus minus will get cancelled on both the sides and we will get b is equal to 3k and a is equal to k. Now consider the product of zeros, that is alpha into beta is equal to c by a, that is equal to 2. So c by a is equal to 2 by 1 is equal to k. On equating we get c is equal to 2k and a is equal to k. So now we got the values of a, b and c, that is our coefficients, in terms of k as a is equal to k, b is equal to 3k and c is equal to 2k. Now consider the general form of a quadratic polynomial, that is ax square plus bx plus c. Now we will substitute the values of a, b and c which we got in terms of k in this equation. So we will get 1kx square, that is kx square plus 3kx plus 2k is equal to 0. Here you can see that k is common in all the three terms. So we will take out k as common and we will get k into 1x square plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0, which is our required quadratic equation. Now there is another method also for finding the equation when sum and product of zeros is given. That is, you have to substitute the values of sum and product which is given to you in the given equation. The equation is k into x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. That is k into x square minus into bracket minus 3, which is the value of alpha plus beta given to us, into x plus 2, which is the value of alpha into beta given to us. Therefore we get k into x square plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0, which is the required equation. Now the last topic of our chapter is division algorithm for the polynomials. We have already studied it in 9th standard and we used to call it as long division method. Now for this, consider f of x as dividend polynomial, g of x as divisor polynomial, q of x as quotient polynomial, and r of x as remainder polynomial. So you can write it in terms of equation as f of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x. We'll consider the example, divide 3x cubed plus x square plus 2x plus 5 by 1 plus 2x plus x square. So here our f of x is 3x cubed plus 2x square plus 2x plus 5 and g of x is 1 plus 2x plus x square. Now the first step is arrange the terms of dividend and divisor in decreasing order. Dividend polynomial, that is f of x, is already given in decreasing order. And on arranging the divisor polynomial in decreasing order of their powers, we will get g of x is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1. Now the next step is to obtain the first term of the quotient q of x. We have to divide first term of the dividend by first term of the divisor, that is 3x cubed by x square. We will get 3x. Then we have to carry out the division process, which we will see in the next slide. When we'll carry out the division process, we will get minus 5x square minus x plus 5. Now the next step is to obtain the second term of the quotient q of x. For this, divide minus 5x square, which we got in the last step, by x square. We will get minus 5, and again we have to carry out the division process with minus 5x square plus x plus 5. Now the third step is we will get 9x plus 10. Now here you can see that the degree of this 9x plus 10 is 1, which is less than the divisor, that is x square plus 2x plus 1. So we won't be able to carry out the division process further, and we'll get the remainder as r of x is equal to 9x plus 10, and our quotient is 3x minus 5. Now let us see the division process. We have to divide 3x cubed plus x square plus 2x plus 5 by x square plus 2x plus 1. So the first step was we have to divide 3x cubed by x square, and we got 3x, you can see, which is the first term of the quotient. Now for division, multiply 3x by x square, you will get 3x cubed. Multiply 3x with plus 2x, you will get 6x square, and multiply 3x with plus 1, you will get 3x, which you can see in the next step of the division. Now the next thing which you have to do is you have to change the sign. Here you can see that 3x cubed, 6x square and 3x, all the three are having plus sign. So that sign will be changed and they will become minus. Now on adding, we will get 3x cubed 3 and minus 3x cubed will get cancelled. X plus x square minus 6x square will be minus 5x square, plus 2x minus 3x will be minus x, and we have to take plus 5 down in the next step downward. Now again, divide minus 5x square by x square. we will get minus 5, and here you can see that it is the second term of the quotient. Now for division, multiply minus 5 into x square, that is minus 5x square, minus 5 into 2x, that is minus 10x, minus 5 into plus 1, that is minus 5. Now again we have to change the sign. Here you can see that all the three are having minus sign, so the sign will be changed and it will become plus. On adding, we'll get minus 5x square and plus 5x square will get cancelled. Minus x plus 10x, that is 9x, and plus 5 will be plus 10. So our remainder is 9x plus 10. We can't carry out the process further as 9x is having power 1. And the divisor polynomial x square plus 2x plus 1 is having power 2. Now let us try to understand it with another example. Divide 3x square minus x cube minus 3x plus 5 by x minus 1 minus x square. Here you can see that in the dividend polynomial, the terms are not arranged in decreasing order. So first of all, they are arranged in decreasing order, and we will get f of x is equal to minus x cube plus 3x square minus 3x plus 5. Similarly, dividend will be g of x is equal to minus x square plus x minus 1. Now let us see the division process. We have to divide minus x cube plus 3x square minus 3x plus 5 by minus x square plus x minus 1. The first step is divide x cube minus x cube by minus x square. We will get x, and you can see that it is the first term of the quotient. Now for the division, multiply minus x square into x will be minus x cube plus x into x will be plus x square, and minus 1 into x will be minus x, which is the next step of the division. Now we have to change the signs. After changing the sign, when we'll do the addition, we get minus x cube and plus x cube will get cancelled. Plus 3x square minus x square will be 2x square. Minus 3x minus x will be minus 2x, and we will take plus 5 downward. Now the next step is divide 2x square by minus x square. You will get minus 2, which is the second term of the quotient. Now for the division, multiply minus 2 by minus x square. You will get 2x square. Minus 2 by x, you will get minus 2x, and minus 2 by minus 1, you will get plus 2, which is the next step of the division. Now what you have to do? You have to change these signs. On changing the sign and adding, we'll get 2x square and minus 2x square will get cancelled. Minus 2x plus 2x will also get cancelled. And plus 5 minus 2 is 3, which is our remainder. So, now the next type of problem which we have to study is two zeros of the polynomial are given and we have to find the remaining zeros. So let us consider the given example. If root 3 and minus root 3 are the zeros of the polynomial p of x, then we have to find the remaining zeros. Here you can see that root 3 and minus root 3 are the zeros. So x minus root 3 and x plus root 3 are the factors of p of x. Consider the identity a minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square. So we get x minus root 3 into x plus root 3 as x square minus root 3, which is our divisor polynomial. So we have to divide the given polynomial by x square minus 3. But you can see that here in x square minus 3 there is no term containing x. So if you want, you can take x square plus 0x minus 3 while dividing, or else you can keep the term containing 0 in the missing place. Let us carry out the division process now. We have to divide x raised to 4 plus 4x cube minus 8x square minus 12x plus 15 by x square minus 3. First step is divide x raised to 4 by x square. You will get x square, which is the first term of the quotient. Now for division, multiply x square by x square. You will get x raised to 4. X square with minus 3 will get minus 3x square. Here you can see that there is no term containing x cube, so here it is written plus 0x cube. Now the next step is we have to change these signs. On changing these signs and adding, we get x raised to 4 and minus x raised to 4 will get cancelled. 4x cube minus 0x cube is 4x cube, minus 8x square plus 3x square is minus 5x square. Now take out the remaining two terms in the downward. Now the next step is we have to divide 4x cube with x square. We'll get 4x, which is the second term of the quotient. Now for division, multiply 4x with x square, you will get 4x cube. 4x with minus 3, you will get minus 12x. Here you can see there is no term containing x square. So here it is written minus 0x square. Now the next step is you have to change these signs. On changing the sign and adding, we get 4x cube and minus 4x cube will get cancelled. Minus 5x square minus 0x square will be minus 5x square. Minus 12x and plus 12x will get cancelled and will take plus 15 downward. Now the next step is divide minus 5x square by x square, you will get minus 5. Now for division, multiply minus 5 into x square, that is minus 5x square, minus 5 into minus 3, that is plus 15. Next, what you have to do? You have to change the sign. On changing this sign, you can see that minus 5x square and plus 5x square will get cancelled, plus 15 and minus 15 will also get cancelled, and our remainder is 0. So our quotient polynomial is x square plus 4x minus 5 and remainder is 0. Now we'll do the method of splitting the middle term for our quotient polynomial, that is x square plus 4x minus 5. You have to find two numbers whose product is minus 5 and sum is plus 4. So the two numbers are plus 5 and minus 1. So when we'll carry out the method of splitting the middle term, we will get x plus 5 and x minus 1. Now you can see that p of x is equal to x raised to 4 plus 4x cube minus 8x square minus 12x plus 15. It can be written as x square minus 3 and x square plus 4x minus 5. And on splitting the middle term, we got x square minus, we will get x square minus 3 into x plus 5x minus 1. So the zeros are, if we split x square minus 3 into a minus b into a plus b, we will get x is equal to root 3 and x is equal to minus root 3. On solving, we will get x is equal to minus 5 and x is equal to 1. So the zeros are root 3, minus root 3, minus 5 and 1. So our chapter is over now. You can try to do the exercise which is given in your textbook.